Hello and welcome to week 3 of our course. I know you probably opened up this announcement and were like, what? Because it's a lot of text and it's 2 YouTube videos, and so I want to unpack a little bit of that. First and foremost, to wrap up week 2, I really do thank you all for your submissions. I thank you for what you shared in the discussion videos and also in your journals. As it pertains to the discussion videos, I strongly encourage you all to make sure that you look at the rubric before you record, just to make sure that you address all of the critical elements. I really appreciate your authenticity, and just want to encourage you, in addition to bringing forth, your opinion, that you also make sure to integrate some of what you're reading in the text and in your articles. And so the rubric often asks you to cite sources, and so I encourage you all to do that. In terms of your journals, I have been sincerely humbled by what you all have written about your experiences, which is why I included in our announcements this week a favorite TED Talk of mine from the poet Clint Smith. And if you haven't looked at it yet, I encourage you to. I know you have a lot to do this week, and so if you don't get around to it, it's in the course for you to see. But Clint says 4 things that I think are extremely profound. He says when he talks to his students, when he teaches his students, he has 4 core principles that he shares with them, and they are to read critically, write consciously, speak clearly, and tell your truth. And I just strongly encourage you all to continue to do that with your journals. Clint is also our quote of the week, where he says in this very same TED Talk, because sometimes all people want to be is human. And I thought that was a good way to think about the readings that we're going to do this week, that you're going to have, because you have quite a bit of academic work this week. You have 4 articles, and you have 2 chapters in your book. You also have a short video you're watching from Daryl Wing Su, who is actually a very prolific voice in multicultural counseling literature. So in terms of the articles that you have to read, you have 2 quantitative articles, 1 qualitative article, and then a conceptual piece. In terms of the quantitative articles, I just want to encourage you, don't get bogged down a lot by the statistics in the articles. I know when I was a master's student, I would just look at that section and kind of skim past it. Some of you who might be interested in going forward after this program and pursuing your doctorate, you'll learn more about these in a more in-depth manner. But what I do want to bring attention to, especially in the, which one is it? The racial microaggressions and daily well-being among Asian Americans article. They use a statistical model in that study that basically you just use this model if you are taking data from the same group of people over a period of time. That's just a loose way of explaining it, but I didn't want you all to get inundated by all the symbols and the numbers, and just the bottom line is what the statistical model was able to allow the authors to show from their participants in the study. And so those are the things I want you to take away. This week, you're going to read a lot about microaggressions, micro insults, micro assaults, and micro invalidations. And particular to what we do and why this is important, I'm going to give a shout out. One of you this week actually said something I thought was very profound in your video, and it comes from LaShawn. She was saying in her video, she said that she noted in the case studies in the book sort of the fatal error that the counselors make. And when I say fatal error, oftentimes, when clients don't come back, that usually says something about the counseling relationship. And it doesn't always. Sometimes clients don't come back for financial reasons or any number of reasons, but sometimes they don't come back because it wasn't a good fit. And LaShawn said that in these videos, the counselors try to help fix one issue while ignoring another contribution to the issue. And I think that's incredible. And I don't want anyone to, I've noticed that a few of you are sort of being hard on yourself for the new knowledge that you're learning, and I want to encourage you to just approach this content and approach how it is affecting your interactions in the world with gentleness. I mean, this is information that you're just learning, some of you. And so with the curious paradox is, once I accept myself as I am, then I can change. That's a quote from the wonderful and beloved Carl Rogers. So, but these micro invalidations that we just unconsciously sometimes do in our counseling sessions can have implications. So I just encourage you all to just hammer through. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of content. You have your small group discussions again this week, and you also have a case analysis. So let me know if you have any questions. If at any time you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call. If you email me, and I really, really appreciate it. But a quick way to get me is to just call, and I will answer. So here's to week 3, and keep up the good work. Thank you.